This episode is sponsored by Personal Revolution Podcast. Have you been stuck inside wondering how to take charge of your life? Is there something you want to do but haven't been able to do yet? I know I feel like that at times, especially with the COVID-19 keeping us all inside, but that doesn't mean it needs to keep us down. We all have an opportunity to reset and get better. In Personal Revolution, best-selling author and life coach Allison Task helps you take control of your life with inspiration and humor so that you move from where you are now to where you want to be and have fun doing it. It's like having a personal coach whispering in your ear. This 3-month podcast course, along with bonus episodes each month, will help you create a clear vision for what you want out of life, remove the frustrating blocks that are holding you back, develop a detailed action plan that will drive you to where you want to be, and build the network that will help you create your future. The Personal Revolution Podcast comes with a personal workbook and real-time access to a community of other changemakers working toward their goals with positivity, possibility, and momentum. And now, for a limited time, all of this is available to you for free. Download the Himalaya app in your app store, look up Personal Revolution, and enter promo code REVOLUTION at checkout to get your first month absolutely free. If you're ready to go after a better life, you are ready for Personal Revolution.
Please subscribe and share.
If I could give one piece of advice to future generations, what would it be? My advice? Be a loser.
Welcome to the One Last Thought podcast, bite-sized wisdom and leadership lessons where people aim to answer one simple question. If there is one life lesson you would want to pass on to the next generation, what would it be? I'm your host, Ido Singer. I come from the world of professional basketball and am currently a Division I college basketball coach who believes that your time is valuable. This is why I've created these short leadership lessons you can learn from in under 10 minutes, utilizing the thoughts and wisdom of some of the best leaders I know. We have two great leaders sharing their thoughts with you today. Marina Barayeva is an international photographer, speaker, and host of Marketing for Creatives show. Tyler Pazik is a high-performance coach for basketball and baseball teams around the country as well as overseas. Let's dive right in.
It's a big privilege to give you one last thought, and it will be just stop being perfect.
If I could give one piece of advice to future generations, what would it be? My advice? Be a loser.
Whoever I work with, people I meet on any level of their expertise, experience, any stage of life, there's one thing that stops people from achieving what they want, from getting to where they want to go, is they try to make things perfect. And you know what? Actually, behind perfectionism is this simple thing as fear.
Here's what I mean. Since I became a high-performance coach, I've heard so many people say, you're either a winner or a learner. But this takes away from a fundamental principle of life. And this principle is that winners lose more than losers lose.
When you start doing things, this is how you grow. Make a mistake, make another mistake. By making mistakes, you start learning, you start getting better and better.
Now, I do agree with that statement because you're only a loser if you fail to learn, but I guess a better way of saying it would be that you're either a loser or a failure.
So when you do your work, when you do your stuff, when you're going for your dreams, stop being perfectionist. Good is much better than perfect. And every time you do, it will be even better.
It's okay to be a loser. Like I said, winners lose more than losers lose. But you become a failure when you terminate learning, when you stop being curious, and when you decide to abandon what you want most.
There's no such thing as mistakes. There's a people judgment on stuff that just do not work. They do not work as you expect, or they do not work as someone expects. And that's it. So your next step is try again and see how it works again. Just think for a moment. You don't think about how to hold a spoon and how to put it in your mouth. You just eat. It's so naturally to you because you've done it so many times, and you don't even remember how many times you missed the spoon, you threw away all the food when you were a kid.
The greatest losers of all time in baseball history: Jim Thome, Cy Young, Rickey Henderson. Jim Thome, 2,548 strikeouts. Cy Young, 316 losses. Rickey Henderson, 335 times caught stealing, most of all time. But also, Jim Thome, 612 home runs, 8th all time. Cy Young, 511 wins, 1st all time. Rickey Henderson, 1,406 stolen bases, most of all time by a long shot. Winners lose more than losers lose.
Will that work as you want, or it will work differently? And then you repeat it over and over again, and always follow your dreams. You are talented, you're special, you are enough.
Continue to be curious, and it will take you further than you'd ever imagined.
Every time you take one step, just pat yourself on the shoulder and say, I'm so proud of you. You took this one step, you did this, and it's good. For the first step, it was good.
A byproduct of curiosity is A's in school. A byproduct of curiosity is financial freedom. A byproduct of curiosity is winning.
More likely you already have grown up, and there are less people tell you that. Less people encourage you and praise you for what you've done. So be that one person who will praise yourself anytime for any mistake, for any steps you take. Don't be perfect. Be yourself, because you are awesome.
Curiosity is the source of all greatness, and remember, winners lose more than losers lose. So don't let losing get you down. Let it spur you to new heights through seeking curiosity. Boom.
This was episode 45 of the One Last Thought podcast. I want to thank my guests, Marina Barayeva and Tyler Pazik. It's time for the One Last Thought review of the day, and this one comes from Heather Parody, who says, "Excellent show. Love what Ito has put together. Creative, insightful, and needed. Must listen." Well, thank you, Heather, for all of your support. We need more people sharing their stories, so thank you for everything you've done with your unconventional leaders community. Keep growing your message, and I'll try and do the same here. Thank you. One Last Thought is now on Patreon, and I have some great perks for our patrons. Starting at as little as $1 a month, our reward tiers include bonuses such as shoutouts on the show, early commercial-free access to all episodes, bonus episodes not available to listeners of the free version, full episode transcripts, and even an opportunity to become a guest on the show. If you'd like to see how you can support the podcast and get rewarded for doing so, please check out our reward tiers at patreon.com/onelastthought. If you'd like to find some exclusive offers, giveaways, and opportunities to further connect with the guests you've heard on this episode, please check out the show notes. You never know what goodies our guests may have waiting for you there. Please support our guests by connecting with them directly through those links. They're waiting to hear from you. You can find us online at One Last Thought Pod on everything. I want to thank you, the listeners. If you're still listening to this, you're obviously invested in this journey, so why not spend a minute, subscribe, give us a 5-star rating, and maybe even leave a review. I couldn't begin to explain how much that would mean to me and to the continuation of this show. Thank you for listening, and until next time, stay inspired.